All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to settle a classic grammar showdown, past simple versus present perfect. We are going to clear up all the confusion between these two so you can use them like a pro.
So, take a look at these two sentences. They look almost identical, right? But that one tiny little word, have, well, it changes everything. One of these is just a story about something that happened. The other is a problem that's happening right now. Let's find out exactly why.
Here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the basics in the tense tussle, then get into the really important stuff, like the connection to the present, finished versus unfinished time, and how to ask the right question. Then we'll do a little practice and finish up with a golden rule you can always count on.
Okay, first up, the tense tussle. Let's just break down what these two tenses are really all about at their core.
Think of it this way. The past simple is like a history book. It tells you about something that's done, finished, over. The story is closed. But the present perfect, that's more like a bridge. It connects something that happened in the past directly to what's happening right now.
And that idea of a bridge brings us to the single most important difference between them, this connection to the present. Honestly, if you can wrap your head around this one idea, you've pretty much cracked the code.
So with the past simple, the action is totally locked in the past. It's a closed chapter. We're just reporting a fact about something that happened. The event is completely and totally finished.
But with the present perfect, this is where it gets interesting. Even though the action happened in the past, the result of that action is what's important right now. The focus isn't really on the past event itself, but on its consequence in the present moment.
Let's see this in action because it makes it so much clearer. Both of these sentences are about the same past event, right? Eating dinner. But what they tell us about the present is completely different. See the shift in focus here? She ate dinner is just a piece of historical information. But if you say, she has eaten dinner, you're actually saying something important about now. You're implying, so she isn't hungry, which means maybe we don't need to offer her any food. It has a direct result in the present.
Okay, let's try another one that makes this distinction even sharper. Again, it's a simple action in the past, but the meaning for the present is totally different depending on which tense you use. So if you say, he lost his bag, you're just reporting something that happened. For all we know, he could have found it 5 minutes later. But if you say, he has lost his bag, that means the problem is current. He doesn't have his bag right now. The bag is still missing.
Moving on, let's look at another way to figure out which tense to use, and this one is all about time clues. There are specific words that basically act as signals, telling you exactly which tense you need.
Okay, so you have what we call finished time words. Think of these as putting a big, fat, full stop on a time period. They clearly mark it as over. Words like yesterday or in 2018, they put a definite end on the action. And that's your signal for the past simple.
And then you have unfinished time words. These do the opposite. They show that the time frame is still open and connects to right now. Words like since or recently create that bridge from a past point all the way up to the present. These are your signals for the present perfect.
And this table just lays it all out perfectly. See last week? That's a finished time, so we use the past simple, completed. But look at since 2015 and yet. Those refer to unfinished time. So you absolutely need the present perfect. She's lived and hasn't called. You know, if you only remember one thing from this whole section, make it this. You cannot, I repeat, cannot say, I have done it yesterday. This is by far the most common mistake. The second you mention a finished time, you must use the past simple.
So this whole distinction also changes the kinds of questions we can ask. Let's take a look at how when versus how long fits into this tense puzzle.
Spot the difference here. When is asking for a single, specific point in the past. It's looking for a finished time answer. But how long is asking about the duration of something that started in the past and is still going on now.
If I ask this question, I'm looking for a very specific moment in time. The answer I expect is something like, I met her last year, or back in 2019, a definite, finished point in the past.
But this question? This isn't about the moment you first met. It's about the entire stretch of your friendship, from the past all the way up to this very conversation. The answer is a duration, like for 5 years, or since we were kids.
Okay, that's a lot of theory. Let's do a quick challenge. I'm going to show you two sentences. You tell me, based on everything we've just talked about, are they right or wrong?
What do you think about this one?
Take a close look at that time word at the end. Is this sentence correct?
Nope, it is incorrect. And why? Well, you've got the present perfect tense, have visited, mashed together with the finished time word yesterday. And that's the classic mistake we talked about. The moment you say yesterday, you have to switch over to the past simple.
All right, how about this one? The clue is right there at the beginning of the question.
This one is also incorrect. That word, when, is a giant clue. It's demanding a specific point in the past, so it has to be paired with the past simple. The correct way to ask this is, when did you send the email?
We've covered a lot of ground, so let's wrap this all up with one final, super simple takeaway: your golden rule.
And here it is, basically your cheat sheet. Past simple is for finished stories with finished time words, asking when. And present perfect is for past actions that have a result right now, using unfinished time words and asking how long.
And now for probably the most practical piece of advice I can give you. If you are ever in the middle of a conversation and you just freeze, totally unsure which tense to use, just go with the past simple. Like it says, make your life simpler and use the simpler tense. It's almost always the safer bet, and that right there is your golden rule for clear communication.